Hello, everybody. I'm Zachary, your GM. Welcome to episode 6 of RPGs Anonymous. Great to have you here. Today we have a guest because Aaron playing Carl Nelson can't make it. In that middle box there, you can see Andy, who's going to be playing Coach Dan, who we met last time. You want to say hi real quick?
Hi.
Everybody, introduce yourselves.
I am Colby, going to be playing Shane Goose Bailey.
I am Jacob. I'll be playing Tyke, or Steve Stevenson.
And my name's Nick. I'll be playing Dr. Zed.
All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. So to start...
By Yoo-hoo.
Oh, yeah, we got the Yoo-hoo. Jacob already got up and got his beer, so we don't need to deal with that today, so... So the drawings for today, we have in the past slot, the 5 of Swords, which is degradation and destruction. Very cool. For the present, we have death, which signifies transformation, rebirth, end of cycle, change, death, etc. And for the future, the 10 of Pentacles, gaining riches, family matters, and home. Anything to add to that, Jacob?
Nope, I think that's it.
Cool. Okay. So last time, the boys got equipped in the IS Corp Armory area, and then went into a large room, like virtual walls and everything, and met up with their orientation coach named Dan, who Andy is going to be playing today. They were about to head off on their actual orientation assignment. They are basically, for your orientation, they're going to have you enter into a building. There was this like red line, sort of like video game quest marker sort of thing. This red line went down the street on this like virtual city that came up in this room. Red line went down and then highlighted this building in red. And you guys all have your like your respective like tech now that is navigating you to it as well. And Dan does the countdown. And you guys are about to start. You guys have 60 minutes to infiltrate this building and save some people and potentially neutralize the hostiles if you can. Dan and Fitz are going to be along the ride with you. So 3, 2, 1, go. What do you guys do?
Approach the area by like diving behind cars on the sides of the streets and like hiding behind a mailbox, just kind of like making his way further and further. Okay, so you are going to try and remain unnoticed. Why don't you roll me a stealth check against 2 difficulty? All right, can do. 1 failure.
1 failure. Okay.
Oh no.
So I think you're dodging and weaving, and at first you seem like you're relatively hidden, but as you get close, you hear a loud shot come from the roof of the building, and I think it pins you down. So because of that, I think we're gonna roll initiative real quick. So everybody's going to roll initiative check, which for Andy, that's a vigilance check. Should be vigilance based on willpower, I think. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do I roll initiative? I thought I was supervising.
You are, yeah. You're just so that it. Okay. So what we'll do when we get into it, essentially, you will still be able to. You know what? Actually, you're right. That makes. You can stay out of the initiative for now. Just let me know if you want to do something to affect things. I
think Dan would step in and like check something on his clipboard and say, well, now that was a really good try, Goose, but well, you're just gonna have to do a little bit better on that. That just wasn't quite there. Okay. Why don't write something down? Okay, cool. So you can. I'll give you the opportunity to comment at the top of the initiative every round. Thank you. And then okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll initiatives.
Wait. So what do we do for initiatives again?
It should be it's uncontested. It's vigilance. I think there's another option. Vigilance or cool, depending on which.
Yeah, but cool is like if you're the one acting first, and vigilance is if someone's acting on you.
Yeah, I think because of this because you guys are kind of prepared for this being an encounter, like being a combat. I think I would give the option for cool this time around. Like, because you guys know that you are potentially dealing with hostiles, and now there's a single shot going out. So like that's like this is the marker for when combat. So if anybody has higher cool, you can use that.
Okay, cool.
And then
It's much better for me.
What's opposing it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They're unopposed.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's
All right.
unopposed.
Yeah. Goose got 3 successes.
Go Goose.
Zed has 3 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay.
1 upper.
I had 3 successes and 5 advantages.
That's okay. Very cool. And okay, Fitz got 1 success and 3 advantages. Okay, so do you guys want to establish anything about this first? With you have a great heap of advantages. So again, this is a Portland City block with a high-rise building. You know that the hostel's in there. You know at least one person is watching the street from above because of the shot that rang out. Anything else you guys want to add to the situation?
We're
I
able
think
to
that-
kind of pinpoint exactly where the shot came from.
Okay. Yeah. I think. Yeah. You can use an advantage to know exactly where that shot came from. It came from let's say the third from the top floor, through a window, an open window in the building.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
Probably. Let's see. You guys it's probably like mid morning. Actually, in the actual day, so it's probably mid morning in the simulation as well. Unless you want it to be different.
Okay, I didn't know if the simulation was different.
Yeah, it'll.
Can we like spend some points to make it dark? Make it
Yeah.
nighttime?
Yeah, sure. That's totally fine. I think that's great. Okay, it is nighttime. You have like 8 more advantages. So if you guys just want like added effects to stuff, that's also fine.
Could we have just like a blue die on our first rolls?
Yeah, I think that would. There's the 4 of you, including Fitz. So I think that would knock out all the rest of the advantages.
Cool.
Okay, cool. There we go. All right, so first slot is going to be a PC slot. I'm going to assume you guys are within about the short range band, so like one movement away from the building itself. Goose, you're probably a little bit closer, but are pinned down behind a car at the moment. So who wants to take this?
Yeah, I want to actually try to use my extrasensory ability to sort of see inside the building
Ooh. Okay.
and where everybody might be.
Yeah, I dig that.
I think I'm the equivalent of searching a city block,
Yeah, that sounds right.
and it says that's an average difficulty.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm game for that. Upgrade it once for me. And then go ahead and roll that.
Oh, you mean on top of what I would normally do?
Yeah, so you said it was average normally, so do instead of 2 purples, do a red and a purple.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And then the blue
And a
die
blue
from the
die.
advantages. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys are raring and ready to go. Getting ready to prove yourselves.
Okay, that was 2 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay, cool. So, you pretty quick. I think right away I'm going to use those advantages to let you scan the entire building rather than just like what is like essentially within a city block. So, you can scan the entire building. What you know is that let's see. Let me ask real quick. What specifically are you looking for first?
I think I'm primarily trying to figure out where the person we're supposed to get is.
Okay.
And then if I can perceive like how well they are guarded, like what are the numbers of soldiers and combatants or obstacles that are
Mm-hmm.
in between us.
Okay, so I think so you are able to sort of scan, and you pick up a lot of like like very focused, sort of like aggressive thought, and like throughout the building. So you sort of like dig through that. You assume that that's not the hostages that you're trying to find. So you sort of like dig through that until you get to roughly the top of the building, in the top couple of floors, where you get a group of thoughts that seem more scared, afraid, that sort of thing. They seem to be concerned for their own well-being, panicked a little bit. So you think that those are the people you're trying to get to, and they are in the top couple floors. And how well guarded are they? You think there's probably around them, there's probably about a dozen people, at least up actively guarding them up there, including whatever is shooting at Goose right now. And there are probably, I think you can probably pick up at least another dozen between the bottom floor and where they are as well.
Yeah, am I able to communicate any of that?
Yeah.
To
Yeah, you can.
Goose?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can let people know.
Yeah, just like the rest of the party, I sort of communicate to them that the hostages, like everybody, hostages, top 2 floors, dozen combatants around them, about a dozen combatants throughout the rest of the building.
Do you do this using your psi abilities, or do you do it using the like communicator thing?
Oh, it's my psi abilities. I'm pretty sure, like, if someone's not resisting, we can just like walkie-talkie it.
Just walkie-talkie, yeah. Okay. Okay, so you all of you have that information. Do you want to move at all? Get closer, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'll stealthily move closer to the building, and I'm gonna pull out the hilt of my psychic whip.
Okay.
I have it ready.
Okay. Dan, do you have anything to say about what Tyke just did?
Would he know the psychic communicating stuff? Would he have heard that or seen it or observed it, or?
That's up to you, Tyke. Did you communicate with Dan as well?
I think if we want to kind of retcon think about it, if I was like notified that I needed to communicate with Dan, like there are guide or judge or something.
Yeah, he's like your coach. It's up to you. Like if you think you want to do that, that's fine. It's up to you regardless either way.
Yeah, I'll communicate to Dan.
Okay. So yes.
So Dan's probably just like, oh yeah, okay, and like writes down a note and kind of gives you like a little thumbs up.
Okay. All right, we have another PC slot coming up. Who's next?
I can go.
They're shooting at Goose, right?
Yep. They a couple of shots just dropped down on Goose, so or near.
I think knowing exactly where they are, Goose tries to lay down some like covering fire into the window as he can like dive behind something closer to the door.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Definitely. Let's call this probably medium for this. So I think that would be I think that's a hard check for the pistol, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so 3 purples, and then you can maneuver after that. So go ahead and roll that. Or actually, I mean, so are you actually trying to hit them, or are you doing this mostly to cover?
Yeah, I'll say I'm trying to hit them.
Okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll for it then.
Never point your gun at something you don't intend to kill.
That's true.
Hot dog. 5 successes and 3 advantages.
What the heck?
Holy crap!
Okie dokie. Wow.
You intend to kill it.
All right. What's the total on that? How many advantages was it?
3 advantages.
3 advantages.
Go lower.
Okay. So yeah. What's the how much damage is that? Is it a 3 base?
Let me double check. It is 6 base.
Okay.
And it has 2 piercing since they upgraded for me.
Okay. 2 piercing, 11 damage, and are you going to use those advantages to crit or what?
Oh yeah, I think I do crit. I think that's the first crit of the game.
Yeah. Is that because it crits on a?
Let's see. It crits on Nope, no. Sadness actually only crits on a 4.
Oh, I thought we reduced it to. Did we reduce it to 3?
No, I think.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, if we gave it the properties of the laser pistol.
Yeah, I think we like gave it the better of all of them. So is the laser pistol 3 or 2?
3.
Oh, okay. So still can't, but okay. That's still 11 damage, and you've got a couple advantages to do with what you desire. So what does this look like? You're shooting up a number of stories into essentially some glass windows. What does this look like?
I think Goose is using a rear view mirror of a car to like look at him, and he like holds his hand up looking at him through the mirror and like shoots a couple rounds, and they go like a little wide to the right, and so he just reloads real quick and then moves a little farther and then shoots twice more while looking at him through the mirror.
So twice more, you get one bullet straight in the gut of the guy that was holding the weapon pointing down at you, and then the second bullet smashes through the glass and gets another mook that was standing essentially right next to the dude, and I think the one holding the gun falls out the window, and you can see pretty clearly now that they're not like super human. They basically just look like these humanoid shapes of like these like shadow things with like red eyes, and sort of like shadowy wisps are coming off them, and one of them falls to the ground and sort of like dissipates into the air on the way down, and the one in the window just also dissipates into this like black wispiness once you hit it. You well done. Who is next?
Also, as he was shooting, he was kind of singing under his breath to himself, hey, good looking, what you got cooking?
Dan just makes a note on his clipboard. He's like, yeah, kind of crude, but I guess it'll work. Could have been smoother.
Okay. Who's next? One more PC slot.
Are they still shooting at us, or is that just the two?
Not at the moment. It was kind of like a warning shot sort of thing, like stay away from the building, and then you guys have gone before they've had the ability to act so far.
Okay. I would like to affect all three of us with this, which is going to make it really difficult, but it's totally worth it. So I am going to, that'll make it daunting check. I'm going to create a barrier around all three of us.
Okay.
Which will reduce our damage by 1 for every uncanceled success.
Okay. Yeah. You said it was daunting?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
4 purple.
I want you to actually, I don't know whether this would be an upgrade or a black die. Which is worse between a red die and a black die? Do you guys know?
Red is worse.
Okay, so yeah, add a black die to this. For some reason, when you start channeling this spell, you feel sort of this like weird distortion in the air, and you sort of see these like ripples toward the building. Something seems to be like making it more difficult to channel the like magical energy. So yeah, add a black die to this.
Okay, yeah. So or Dr. Zed is gonna like point at his 2 allies and say, "Deflect," and snap his hand so his eyes will glow yellow. And we roll the dice. I managed to get 3 successes with 6 disadvantage. 6
Holy
threats.
Wow! Okay. What do you guys think?
Really bad.
So what do these barriers look like when they pop up? This is around all 4 of you, or who all?
I think it's just Goose, Tyke, and myself. Because
Okay.
Carl's not here, right?
Yeah. He's kind of with you guys, but he's like loitering in the back, like not doing much. He looks to be trying to find a way in.
Okay. Well, Carl's not engaged. We are.
Yeah.
So it'll just be us three. But the barriers are kind of like just an inch off of the skin, and like they kind of glow the same color as Barazal's eyes.
Ooh.
Kind of like smoky barriers that are kind of like a sulfur yellow.
Okay. I think I'm going to use some of those disadvantages to make it so that you guys are really, really, really easy to see when these barriers are up. I think, yeah, I'm going to use all of them. I think these are like, they sort of like do this like weird distortion-y, like smoky effect. And they kind of have this like inner glow. So you guys are almost like fairy fired. So I think I'm going to give like probably 2 blue dice to anybody trying to hit you while those are up. Well, maybe not 2, probably just 1 while those are up. And I think that'll knock out most of those disadvantages. Let's see.
They last until my next turn, so.
Okay, cool.
That is.
Dan's kind of like, ooh, nice try. That's not gonna. Nope. And write something down on his clipboard.
And then, would you like to reposition it? I'll get closer. You guys are again. You're about,
yeah.
Okay. I think you guys
get me 2. I think I can take a maneuver, right?
Yeah, you can take a maneuver.
And move. Is there like a door, like a main door?
Yeah, there would be like a main door. I think, with you getting closer, you can tell straight away that it seems to be very heavily barricaded. It's one of those like it's not like the revolving door. It's one of those big like metal doors, like really stylized, like the stainless steel type. And it seems to be like barricaded on both the outside and the inside. With the windows sort of like around it, you can tell that there's some heavy furniture behind it as well. But you could get to it for sure.
Okay. Also 2 strain.
Okay, next
Yep,
up.
that's all I got.
Okay, next up we have some of the dudes. So I think you guys see, let's see, Dr. Zed moved sort of up. Goose, you're still relatively hidden. Tyke, you're also staying sort of down, and Carl as well. So I think you guys see a couple more of those like shadowy humanoid figures pop up near the window where Goose just shot them out. They can't see Zed from where they are, but they can. They're going to try and get the other 2 of you. So, what do those barriers do? Do they add soak or add defense?
What they do, if the check is successful until the end of the character's next turn, reduce the damage of all hits the target suffers by 1, and further reduce it by 1 for every uncanceled 2 beyond the first.
Okay.
So I had 3, so it'll cancel 1 success, basically.
Okay.
Or it reduces the damage, so I guess you take 2 less damage every time you get hit.
Okay, so you each, Tyke and Goose, you each have 1 melee defense from the jackets, right?
Yes.
What is your let's see, I think it's, oh yeah, it's all based on ranged here. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay. Been a while since I've rolled a die. 1 success coming in to Tyke. So Tyke, a shot comes down, and a couple of shots shoot down. Some of them ping off the cars nearby, but one of them is gonna clip you in the shoulder, and you're going to take 6 points of damage to your wounds. 6 wounds.
Oh.
And then obviously
is that after the -2?
That's before. So apply the -2, so that's 4, and then apply your soak as well.
Okay.
Dan's just like, oh, that's gotta hurt.
Okay, and
Like
same
a sports commentator.
Same exact roll coming in
Yeah,
to Goose.
If I wanted to get critiqued, I would have called my dad more.
Oh my
Zing.
god. Bum bum bum. Jeez. And same exact thing coming to Goose. 6 points of damage before all of that stuff. Same idea. So they lay down a few rounds at each of you, and ping you each in minor places for six damage.
Looking kind of rough there, guys, Dan says.
Yeah, shots literally fired. Okay, so at that point, Fitz is going to take cover and open up his laptop. And he'll say to you guys through the communicators that he can get into the building system if one of you can get inside and find a way to connect to the intranet. And then I think you guys see another group of three dudes, three of those shadowy figures, sort of show up near the entrance and hole up behind the barricades. And then we are back to the top of the PC slots.
Tyke, what are you doing?
So there's the three that are behind a barricade. Where did we get shot at from?
So two more. Where and near the top of the building, there is now shattered glass windows. Because Goose took down a couple of guys up there. They're shooting down from above with like rifles. And then there are three inside near the building, near the entrance that you guys can see through the windows. And Carl and Fitz have taken cover.
Okay. I want the ones that shot down from us. I'm gonna try to cast an illusion that their guns are snakes.
Okay. I love this. Let's see. That's it's the projection
versus discipline.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and I think they'll get a black die, considering what I'm making them picture is ridiculous.
Nice.
Like, it works better if you pick stuff that is believable, but I don't know that yet.
Oh, so they get a blue, so you would get a black die for it. Yeah,
they're like,
okay,
definitely. This seems weird.
Okay, so this would be against. Oh boy, this is going to be against one red and one black. Or sorry, one purple and one black. Pardon.
One purple and one black.
Yeah, it's a very easy thing.
Yeah, I can.
Actually, sorry. Increase that by one, because you're affecting two of them. So, it would be a one red and one black.
Wait, so it's a red and a black.
Yeah, a red and a black.
You mean two purple and a black?
Wouldn't it be? I think it upgrades rather than adding dice.
Red.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a red and a black.
Okay.
It upgrades to a red, and then once all of them are red,
Yeah.
it will add a purple. Then turn that purple to a red, and so on.
All right, I got 2 successes and 1 disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah. So I think they immediately start freaking out. I think they toss they're actively shooting, so I think they toss their guns out the window. Like that's that's what it is. So what's the disadvantage though? What do you think that is?
Yeah, I think I feel like it should have something to do with the hostages getting hurt, maybe, but I don't quite have the why or how.
Okay.
Wait, this is only one disadvantage, right?
Yeah. So it shouldn't be catastrophic, but I think let's say maybe
I think the gun goes off. They drop it and it hits a balcony below them, and it goes off, and one of the bolts ricochets and just nicks somebody in the room. One of the hostages just gets winged or something. It's not catastrophic, but it's scary.
Let me see what this is gonna look like.
It hits Dan's clipboard.
Oh, or if that's too intense, it could just
that would be catastrophic though.
It could ricochet in the room, so it does freak everyone out.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
like
there
that.
you
I
go.
like
Let's try
that it
that.
causes some chaos. So I think I think you guys maybe you like hear, you know, ricochet sounds, and then one of the windows shatters as it leaves the building, and you guys can probably hear like a commotion going on up there. So some sort of chaos is going on up there. So next PC slot, do we want to go back to Zed or Goose?
I can try and get through that door. Or is there like a
Do it.
window near the door?
There are some windows, but they're likely. I mean, it's up to you. They're like the large like stylized windows, so you could definitely like try and like dive through them or whatever. So that still might be easier than getting through the door. It's up to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and get through a window.
Okay,
Is
let's
that a
probably
brawn?
yeah, probably brawn. What would that be like?
Or is it like athletics?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, like athletics.
I don't have any skills in that, but I'm pretty beefy. How
What
difficult will
what
it
else do
be
you
to
have?
get in?
What else do you have? Because it could be there's other things that it might be. I don't know. Like maybe be skullduggery if you have that. Like how best to break into a window without getting hurt, that kind of thing.
It's a class skill, but I don't have any ranks in it.
Okay, so yeah, just use whichever is
Broad's
between
better.
us. Yeah, I'll call it average. So 2 purple.
Let's see. Jake goes. Oof. I did not get through the window, but I did create 2 advantages. So I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna like jump, and like the window's actually stronger than he thought it was, and he just kind of bounces off. But it scares the guys behind the window, and so they like duck down, and will get a black die for their next whatever they're gonna do.
Okay.
He
How
scared them.
many advantages was it?
Had 2,
2?
so maybe one guy gets a black die.
I think what I'm going
Yeah.
to do is I'm just going to have them like get freaked out and just not try and attack anybody this round, because they're like, oh god, somebody's like doing something. So they're just not going to take attacks this round. So yeah, I like that. Are you going to?
So Dr. Zed just pistons off this window.
Okay.
Dan just shakes his head. He doesn't even have anything to say. He's like, oh god.
This is going on your performance review. Which brings us
sure
to Goose.
I think seeing him ping off the window, I try to shoot that window out for him.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. Gosh, I see no reason why this wouldn't work. Why don't you just roll a ranged and unchallenged ranged? Well, no. Let's make it an easy. Yeah, easy ranged.
Alrighty.
Just in case something goes wrong for some reason.
4 success and an advantage.
Okay, yeah. I think you shoot right through it. Double tap, windows out. You guys have a clear entry point. What does that advantage look like? Maybe it like it is going to give you an opportunity to get inside without drawing any fire. What do you think about that?
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of can see a plotted out path to make my way up.
Yeah, exactly. Like with the chaos above and now the window shattering out, what Zed just did, I think you have a clear spot. So, yeah, if you wanted to use your maneuver, you can get inside the building.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, you step in and you see you are in a lobby. You can see it a little bit better. It looks very bank-like. So it's got the big, nice desk and the like bank logo behind the thing. And then like stairway up into the first floor. It's got like the elevator banks with like emergency stairs, et cetera, and you see obviously you've got now within the short band you've got those guys hiding behind the barricade. which will bring us to the dudes above. No shots go out this turnaround. You guys hear the chaos continuing to ensue above the two guys behind the barricade. Sort of like you can hear them like chatting to each other in this like weird, not like it sounds almost like a digital language, like beeps and boops and all that stuff, and they sound sort of like nervous and whatnot. And then that brings us back around to the top of the PCs.
I feel like Dan would say something like, "Wow, we can do something right."
Ouch.
Man.
Scathing.
Tyke, why is she on this call?
Yeah, so
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
they told me to include her. Yeah, so
I
there's
don't know how
still
to play
the two.
words.
There's still the two behind the barricade, like
Yeah.
outside.
The two behind the barricade, the two that threw their guns away have turned and are now dealing with whatever chaos is ensuing upstairs. So they're not fully visible, but there's the two behind the barricade.
Okay, and then Zed and Goose already went inside.
Goose did. Zed's right outside the window, so he's ready to go.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to pop out from behind wherever I'm hiding
Mm-hmm.
and try to make it look like I look like one of them to the guys
Ooh.
behind the barricade.
I dig that. I think that would probably also be projection.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's call that average as well.
So is that the same roll?
Yeah, two. Well, no, it's just two purples this time.
2 purples. Okay. I got 1 triumph and 3 successes.
Okay,
All
so okay. Yeah. Okay. So this. I think. You not only do you appear like this to them, but I think your friends can, one, tell that it's still you and tell that you're disguised. So that's pure success. What about this triumph? What are you thinking about that?
I feel like the triumph is maybe I've really figured out that I can make people see stuff. And that epiphany makes it so I can kind of make this like, or it makes it easier to make this like a rolling effect.
Okay.
So like the next person I try to convince or make look like make think that I look like one of these people, it's easier for me to make them think that.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Essentially, you get this form down pat. Like you understand, like, it, for whatever reason, it's really easy for you to like disguise yourself like this, like hide essentially. I mean, it's essentially just like turning your form all black and like wispy, and you look like down, like it's perfect. So I think, I think you'll have probably a couple blue dice if you try and look like this again going forward.
Okay.
How long does that does it have like a specific for how long that kind of effect lasts?
No, but I do think I need to. I am sort of thinking of it as like concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to be like directing my energy towards them.
Yeah, I think that works as well. So like if you have to focus on another task, it'll drop basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I like that. So yeah, you are disguised. Do you also want to move into the building?
Yeah, I'm gonna run in and like follow Goose in.
Okay. Which will bring us to Zed.
And like I'm gonna yell at them like as I'm running by, like I got him.
Okay.
And like run in.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Zed.
Okay. So I will climb up into the window now that it's broken for me and I can get in there. I'm looking for a router.
A router. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you roll me
Yeah,
a
because he wanted to connect to the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah, their internet. So why don't you roll me a perception against, we'll call it hard, so 3 purple.
Okay. is my perception? Trying to find that. There it is. Okay, it's based on cunning. Not likely, guys. Okay, a success, but I have 3 threats.
Okay, perfect. I know exactly what this is. Okay, so you don't see a router. What you do see is what is obviously like Ethernet running along like baseboards, and you see that it goes. It is definitely drilled and it goes down. You think whatever hookup there is, you can figure out that it is like down, like maybe in like a basement or whatever. So to hook up to whatever internet they have set up, you'll have to go down.
Okay, and what are those threats? Is that it's down?
That's the threat. It's that you guys are gonna have to. It is not in the direction that you guys are going, and it is not in this area, and there may be some obstacles.
I will communicate that to Fitz. It's in the fucking basement. Sorry, voice. It's in the basement.
Okay. I'm reading a number of security. A number of security features between you guys and the top of the floor. You may want to get me hooked in so I can try and disable some of that, because I don't know that you'll be able to get there without it.
That sounds really inconvenient.
I know, right? That's very strange. Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, Goose. It is up to you.
So are there people in the room with us right now?
Yes, there are still those 2 figures that are hiding behind the barricade. They have definitely at this point got Windows Z, but they I think you probably can't tell 100% what they're doing, but they haven't done anything hostile yet since you guys entered into the building.
Okay. Could I don't know if this is like big enough for a story point, but there'd be like a fire extinguisher next to them that I can like shoot.
Like shoot it and have it like explode on them, kind of thing.
Yeah, not to like harm them, but to like
distract
cover their faces and like blind them for a moment.
I think that would be fine for a story point. Yeah, I think that would be worthwhile. Yeah, you can spend that.
The past.
I think that would be the thing that I'm thinking is I don't know. I'm wondering how that fits in. Like, it could be degradation and destruction.
I sort of see it as the future, like
the
gainful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about
tentacles?
I'm thinking that like the building has a history of fires and damage and things like that, so they've got these.
They have
measures.
I dig that. Yeah, they've had a couple of. I mean, it is so. This is the Flamingo Building. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but the Flamingo Building is a pretty historically not great building. They have had a lot of like problems with their plumbing and a whole bunch of bullshit going on. So I think they've had some like fires and damage happening. So their like fire safety is extensive. So there are a number of extinguishers on every level. Probably they're well inspected, etc. They probably have a good sprinkler system, all of that stuff. So I think that works for that. So there is definitely a fire extinguisher there if you would like to shoot it and explode it onto them.
Yes, I would.
Since this is a story point, I'm kind of okay with giving a blue die for this also. So yeah, you're probably short in it, so that would be, I think, average. And yeah, you'll get a blue die.
All right. One success.
Okay, 1 success and the rest is a wash.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I think just one like very very clean Goose looks around and then looks up. One bullet through the thing, it explodes onto these two figures. They are just covered in whatever that substance is. It's like some sort of like bicarbonate foam or some BS. I have no idea.
Depends on the fire extinguisher.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. It's it does say it on there, but I don't remember. I have looked at my fair share of fire extinguishers, but who knows? And I think they like definitely busy themselves trying to like get it out of their eyes. I think also you hear like some like weird like electronic-y screeching coming from them as they do this. They're like they're in pain, and you can tell that they definitely do not like. They are definitely not human, and I think that that means that they will be very distracted this round. I think that was the last of the
They're
PC
not
slots.
people?
Yeah, they do not seem to be people. At least these things don't seem to be.
Weird.
So with that, they're gonna take their maneuver to sort of like
And
clean.
makes the mark on his...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say Dan makes a mark on his checkboard and he's like, "Okay, good job, pigeon," and moves on.
Good job, begrudging good job. I guess you did okay. Say that one more time. Sorry.
Pigeon
Who?
on purpose. Called him pigeon on purpose.
Oh, pigeon. Oh, I get it. Oh man, I'm dumb. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so dumb. So they're going to spend their maneuver to sort of clean up, but they are going to attempt to do a shoot on you guys. I'm gonna give them a couple of badnesses from that. They're obviously not gonna shoot Tyke, so they're gonna go for Goose and Zed.
That's exactly how Tyke likes it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they
Shoot at me.
they just assume that you're one of them right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, Goosey. We have. Wow, those black dice did nothing. 2 successes.
Oh.
So you have 7 coming at you. They raise these like little like pistol looking things, and you can see that they don't really look like normal weapons up close. They look very like it's like a normal gun, but it also has the black wispiness coming off of it. So that's very strange. My cat is going crazy up here. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, so 7 coming at you. 7 wounds. And Zed as much.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I go down.
Oh, you go down. Holy, is that? Does that include the barrier in your soak?
Yeah.
Barrier ended.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Or
Ends at the end of my next turn.
Oh, I see. That's
So,
right. I forgot.
I've
And
already gone.
Zed against you, it's a total wash.
Cool.
And so that worked out. And then Fitz already said his thing. Carl slinks in the door behind you and starts looking around as well. And then we are back to the top. Who wants to go?
Well, the second I see Goose down, I'm gonna definitely make a move to try and help him.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Because the PC slots are flexible, right?
Yep.
We can kind of just
Mm-hmm.
move in and out of order.
Yep.
Yeah. Zed's gonna move up to Goose, and he's gonna jam a painkiller down Goose's throat.
Okay. Let's see. He got shot. So Goose, where did you get hit by this thing? I think is a good question.
I was thinking it probably winged me pretty good, just square on the right shoulder.
Okay, yeah. So it's just like full impact. So yeah. So you I guess you're using the wound goo stuff. The what is that called? The what is that?
Biofoam?
Yeah, the biofoam. Yeah. Are you doing that or like what?
Yeah, I don't want him to bleed out, so I'll hit him with the biofoam.
Okay. That should be 5 wounds the first time.
Yeah. Then I will take 2 strain to make a second maneuver to do a medicine check on him to try and heal him some.
Okay, cool.
So that's a medicine check. How hard would you say this is going to be? I am being shot at, so
he's above his thing, so I think it's hard. Actually, no, he's not. He'd be at where are you after that 5 healing?
I'm at 5.
Okay, so out of what? How many wounds? What's your wound threshold?
Out of 11.
Out of 11. Okay, so he's above his halfway point, so it would be average.
Yeah. So add another 3. I got 3 successes, so you heal 3 more wounds, and 4 advantage. So if you had any strain, you heal 4 strain.
Right.
Okay, very cool. I think that probably looks like you like pulling the bullet out. And you notice that it's sort of like sizzling. When you pull it out, sort of like if you put like a reactive metal in water, or something like that. But it's like got these like black wispy things coming off of it. And then you like finish closing him up with the biofoam and maybe, give him a slap on the face to wake him up.
Oh, these might be radioactive. Stop getting shot by them. And I toss the bullet aside.
Okay. Tyke, you sounded like you were rearing and ready to go. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I thought I knew what I wanted to do, and then I almost changed my mind. But I think I'm just gonna do the normal thing. I think I'm gonna actually try to use my psychic whip on these guys and try to hit one of them.
Okay.
Got no idea about how the mechanics for that work.
It would be. Let's see. We were gonna. It's essentially a whip, but you're using your whatever your psi would be. So it would be like
mind energy.
Yeah, it would be normally like melee, but then instead we use we just pick one of your psi skills, like probably extrasensory. Actually, it might be projecting would probably
Projection.
be projection would probably be better.
Okay. So how do I?
Yeah, and then it's against melee, which is always 2. It's always average, so 2 purples. So against 2 purples,
Okay.
and then because of specific circumstances, I'm going to upgrade that once. So it's going to be 1 purple and 1 red.
Okay, interesting. We've got 3 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay, very cool. What did we say the damage on that was? Did we actually say that?
No, I'm not sure if we got into the mechanics of how all that worked.
I don't think we did, but let's see.
If it's like an attack spell,
it's probably 3.
Just deals your presence plus 1.
Okay, yeah,
every success.
Or it'd be willpower, I think, plus your successes.
Whatever your stat is.
Okay.
Wait, per success it deals that?
No.
Oh.
It's
No,
base that.
It does that plus 1 for each.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So you got.
So my willpower is 4.
Yeah, and you got how many successes?
3 successes.
Okay,
7.
so it would deal 7. Okay, very cool. So yeah, there's one. I think you notice right away that these dudes kind of once you get close, they sort of are really shifty and strange to look at. It's difficult to see. I should have given you a blue die because he thinks you're one of them, but it's gonna work out because I think you just whip this thing across him and it goes directly through his form and just disintegrates the whole thing. He disperses into the air, and I think the tail of the whip also gets into the other one a little bit, and you see one half of its form just sort of sizzle into nothingness. It still has its weapon and is moving around and stuff, but you have damaged them greatly. And yeah, would you like to do anything else? Would you like to move to or okay? Then I think
yeah, I think I will back up because I did not expect that to go that well.
Yeah. You're
I was just
whoa,
I have
what
to
the
do
heck?
something to stop them.
Yeah.
And I'm having a kind of a holy shit, that worked.
Okay, there you go.
And then I back off.
That will bring us to Goose. You wake up suddenly, and yeah, you have been healed a bit.
I say, sorry, Doc. I promise you wouldn't have to pull any more bullets out of me. And
Well,
Like-
just don't make it a habit.
it's like smoking, hard to quit.
Really,
Yes.
I would think that getting bullets in you would be pretty easy to quit.
Not for Goose.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently not for Goose.
Surprisingly, yeah.
All right, Goose.
And I guess I fire at the ones in the room with us and try to start running towards like a stairwell or an elevator.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a stairwell off to the side. There's only the one remaining, so yeah, you can do that against should be average. Actually, it might be easy now that if you engage with them. I'm not sure with that. Let me check.
Engage range, I think, is harder.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought
Yeah.
for pistols it was easier. I thought it was like ranged heavy that it was harder.
I think it's short range is the easiest.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you're already in short range, so yeah, that's go ahead and do that. And I think I didn't do this for Tyke, and I should have, but you can have a blue die because they're still kind of distracted with the goo. At the what is it? The man, I can't words tonight. The fire extinguisher. Yeah. Sorry, Tyke. I'm a jerk.
1 success and 5 advantages.
Okay. You definitely blow this thing away. So what that would be the first question is, what does it look like when you just absolutely destroy this thing?
Goose kind of just sits up Undertaker style from Dr. Zed's arms and shoots one as it was like about to lunge at the two of us.
Okay. Yeah, so it sort of like lunges towards you and the bullet like rips through its arm and just sort of like disperses it into the air along like its arm and up and everything. What do you think those advantages are going to be?
I think Goose will try to like prod Barazel out of Dr. Zed.
Okay.
What is like? Hey, not that I don't appreciate you pulling that out of me, but can we speak to the other guy?
I don't know what you want to do for that.
I mean,
make a check.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably some sort of check. I think it would depend on how willing Dr.
You want to
Zed
discipline?
Is. Yeah, probably that.
Zed does not want this to happen.
Okay, so why don't we do my gosh, I don't even know. We should use Zed's discipline or Zed's Zed's discipline. But it should be Barazel trying to do it. I don't know what that would look like.
So it would be Barazel's willpower against Zed's?
Yeah, probably Barazel's willpower against Zed's. And then I think maybe because Goose
gets like an advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe give Barazel a blue die because Goose is trying to like pull him out. Okay. What do you think? This is we've never done anything like this. Do you think that sounds reasonable?
Yeah, sure. We
All right,
do that.
Yeah, try that.
Purple die. Oh, yep, he did it.
Okay.
So immediately after you say that, the eyes turn the sulfurous yellow and the smoke starts to come out of them. His body swells up and the flesh begins to just like slough off of the red form that is Barazel. You hear the sickening crunch as his knees snap backwards and reverse. And after a few seconds, there's Barazel standing 8 feet tall with his ram's horns and his massive claws.
I think Tyke sort
Ready
of
to
throws up in his
party.
mouth.
Tyke does what?
Tyke like throws up in his mouth, but then like swallows it, like just really when he heard the crunch of the knees like snapping backwards. That's what
Yeah.
really got him.
I think Goose stares at him just blankly for a moment and then very monotonely says, "Gross."
Okay, so for the moment, you guys are out of combat. What are you doing?
So we have to go to the top floor, right?
Yeah. Tell
So-
Barzell that he should hate those shadow demon things moving in on his territory.
To be honest, I wasn't paying attention.
I think I can get up there unnoticed and maybe, I don't know, like tell them to leave or that you guys are coming from some other direction.
Yeah, let that guy lie to him.
I'm really good at it. Is that
So
what we want to do?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I guess I'm gonna start going up the stairs to get to the top floor.
okay, so you get to the door to the stairway and it is locked.
Oh. I did not plan for this.
Guys, it's got a lock on it. We're done.
All right, everybody, pack up, go home.
I don't know what psychic ability I would use to knock a door down. I want to try to just
I
knock
think
the door down.
Could you just like use your what'd you use for the whip?
I just sort of
That,
used that it was a whip.
Yeah, like an attack, basically.
The rules are
Yeah, but-
kind of like constricting at a certain point. Like,
What's
I
your
really-
attack ability?
Yeah, it would be like your attack ability. So it depends. If you want to do it psychically, it'd basically be what we did with the whip. So it'd be essentially projection.
Yeah.
And then if you
Like,
wanted to
you
just like
move the lock with your mind, telekinesis.
yeah, that kind of thing.
That
or-
sounds that sounds more his style. I think is that he would just try to unlock it with his mind.
Okay, yeah, if you want to just try and unlock it with your mind. Okay. So, yeah, I think that would probably be projection. This will be hard with a black die.
So is that 2 purple and a black?
It's 3. 3 purple and a
3
black.
Purple and a black. Interesting. I'm a little worried about this one.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's a good point. What is your strain looking like? I don't know if we've talked about this, but every time you use a spell, you're supposed to be taking 2 strain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this
So-
is my 3rd one.
I think this will be your 3rd, yeah.
All right. I'm still okay.
I think that definitely tracks with how Tyke has been so far. Like, this is all pretty new, so you're just like, I'm going to just do it. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah, like I don't realize that I'm going to go to do something here in a bit and be like,
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, just be really tired and fall
Yeah.
down.
Okay. So I got 2 successes and 2 disadvantages.
Okay. So... Oh, boy. How do I want
I
to...
think I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm super effective at unlocking the door, but like too effective. Like I not only unlock the door, it like also swings open and like is super loud and just echoes all the way up. To,
I got... Yeah, even better. So you are so good at this. You do it so quickly that you don't realize that there are a number of security systems also attached to the door. So you go in, you unlock it, you open it, done. Look at me. and everything goes dark. And these bright red flashing alarm lights start going off, and these like klaxons start sounding throughout the building, and immediately every entryway just slams shut. These giant steel, basically like what is it called? Lockout door things, like these big steel lockout doors. Everything shuts down, and all of the like external doors just start closing. And you guys are totally blocked in with this like near pitch dark area with this like flashing red light. But the stairwell is now open.
I guess we're going this way. Do our IS Corp heads up things like help us with it being dark, or
I think you guys can see well enough. Yeah. Yeah. I think you guys can see fine. As far as that goes.
also is Dr. Zed gonna tell us anything about the router and like that we should go there?
Go ahead.
I thought he said
now
that
you're-
over the communicator thing at some point, didn't he? I thought he mentioned that.
Did you?
To Fitz that it was downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Fitz said over the communicators that you guys should go take care of that. So you guys all would have heard
Okay.
that.
Okay. Is the
Well, and I also
stairwell
said that
go
sounds
down?
really inconvenient.
Yeah.
Okay. So we should go down to the router. Like now I'm suddenly like, we need to go to the router.
Okay, so you guys want to go downstairs toward the router. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, you enter into the stairwell. It goes obviously up and down. Downward, it leads into like sort of basementy looking like corridors where it's all like, slightly higher ceilings. It's all stone. It's not as fancy looking. You go down a couple of flights. And you run into, you sort of like follow, because Zed already did the like looking for this, but you follow where the Ethernet wiring would go. Who knows why the heck it's visible instead of being invisible, like in the walls, but for some reason it is. So you guys are able to follow that down, and you get to the area where it leads off to, and you see that there's a large steel security door. One of the like sort of, man, our videos are going crazy. Hold on.
Oh.
I think someone dropped out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Here. Yeah, Andy
Dan.
dropped out. Let me do this.
Lieutenant Dan.
This should fix it for now. Hold on. Okay, that'll fix it for now. We're all wrong, but at least everything's not like wild. Okay. So there's this giant steel security door, sort of like you would see outside of like a restaurant's freezer with the big old handles, except it's got like a keypad lock that is flashing this like red like X no entry sign. And there's like this big mechanical locking mechanism around it, and you guys can tell that this is the direction in which the like network stuff is. What do you do?
What does the mechanics of the door look like? Like, are the hinges in on the other side? What's the locking mechanism look like?
It looks like it's I mean, I would, let's see, what can I, there's like a large metal thing that is attached to this like big mechanical opening mobob that looks like it has a series of like lever locks, so it's like physically like attached to the door and the wall. And all of this is like attached to the keypad as well. It looks like it requires a biometric thing and a pin, and there's like a mechanical key lock as well attached to it.
What a pain in the ass.
Yeah, this is a lot more complicated than the other lock. can't you just knock it down? or
Barizel's
something?
gonna step off to the Barizel's actually gonna step to the side and examine the wall. Does the wall look weaker than the door?
Let's say yes. It's stone. The door is metal.
Okay. Burst.
Uh,
He's gonna try and burst in the wall.
okay, cool. Welcome back, Dan.
Can you guys hear me okay? It was freaking out a minute ago.
Yeah, we can. That
Can
works.
we hear you?
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
let
on
me-
like a 10-second delay and then it crashed, so I apologize.
That sucks.
Great.
It happens. Okay, so let's call this also hard. With a let's do the exact same thing. Hard with a black die. So 3 purples and a black. Same thing Jacob just did. Since you're going through the wall and
2
not the door.
successes and a threat.
2 successes and a threat. Excellent. Okay, so did you say you're doing this with like fire?
No, I just said burst. So kind of like a shatter spell.
Okay, like force. Okay, yeah, like force. Okay.
But he-
So yeah, I
so
think
he just exploded the wall.
I think this goes off pretty much without a hitch. I think the threat is that it's a relatively small hole. Like you guys can obviously get through it still, but it'll be like crawling and you will not be in a very good position while you're doing it. So you just like explode this like hole in the wall. It like doesn't quite get to the point where you can open the door, but you now have a hole in the wall into the corridor.
So I'm not going to fit through that. So what do you crawl in and open the door?
I run up and try to slide in on my hip.
Okay, yeah. I think you do exactly that. On the other side of the door, it's the same type of locking mechanism though.
What does Goose do?
He shoots the handle.
Shoots the handle. Okay. I think because of the weakened state of the wall, I think this will just work out. So yeah, you shoot a couple into the handle, and then the door falls open. Barrels can now barrel through. You guys are now in a secure hallway. Why don't everybody roll me perception checks against 3 purples and let's call it red and 2 purples.
I'm good at these.
Let's actually let's ambiguate. Let's not have everybody do it. Who's the best at it?
I get 3 green and a yellow.
3 green or a yellow. Either of you beat that?
Nope.
Okay.
I've just got 2 green.
All right, Goose. Yeah, roll that against 1 red, 2 purples.
And 1 triumph, 1 success, 1 disadvantage.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so you can see down the hallway. At the end of the hallway, there are 3 doors that are of note. One of them is lab. That is at the very end, and it's one of those like iron bolted doors with the slidey things with the similar lock. The one to the left says server room. That's likely where you need to go for the network. And the one on the right is also like this like iron bolted door, but it has no marking. So you see that. You can also see that on the lab door, the little slidey thing is open a little bit, and you can see a couple of those figures are the dark figures that you guys have been going up against so far are in there, like moving around doing things. And you also notice that Carl is nowhere to be found.
Okay.
And
The ones down here noticed us.
they don't seem to. Not at the moment. They seem to be focused on something else.
All right. Well, I guess just move on. Like move down the hallway towards where we think the router is.
Okay, yeah, that would be the server room one. Let's say that this is not locked. because you guys just went through that and you rolled a triumph on that. So let's call this not a locked door. So you guys are able to get into the server room with no problem. Inside is a great number of servers on the tall server banks. It's noticeably cooler than the hallway, and there seems to be a number of like networky things going on as well. And I think at this point Fitz will give you guys instructions on how to get him connected. Let's have somebody roll either skullduggery or computers.
I could have 4 green with skullduggery.
I can have 3 greens on computers.
I think the computers. I would normally say so, but I think the computers will actually be an easier check. So that would probably be better.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so roll against hard, so 3 purple. And then I'll give you probably a blue die for having Fitz explain it to you.
Okay.
So
3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay, cool. So essentially what he has you do is there's like a little connector thing. All the IS Corp like gadgets have like a little connector that can connect into to the servers. He has you connect that in and then do a couple of like weird like input things. Maybe like have to hardwire something for a moment until he can actually get access to the system. And then he does so. So he is going to attempt to take down the alarm while you guys are moving upward. So you guys can now move on to the next thing that you're going to do. He's going to try and turn the alarm off. He also tells you that there are some electronic defenses once you get above this floor that you guys need to watch out for.
Like what?
He says there are seem to be auto turrets. There are laser defenses as well, and there may be some explosives, but he can't tell 100% because they're not armed like on the system.
Do they have any Terminators?
What?
So do they have any Terminators?
You mean like the movie? I don't think so, no.
Yeah. You know that movie's based on real stuff.
Is it, Goose? I wasn't aware of that.
Well, I have very interesting link to tell you.
But we kind of have a time crunch, don't we?
Yeah. You guys have done pretty well so far, so let's call it 15 minutes have gone by between the getting through doors and all that BS. So you have just under 45 minutes left on the timer.
Also, this is meant as a criticism. What does all this nonsense have to do with alien monsters? They have laser turrets.
Dan, you want to field this one?
Oh, was that directed at Dan? I thought that was directed at Goose. Sorry. Dan's just like 2 points off for stupid questions.
I will eat your soul.
Dan's not scared or impressed or interested.
Dan doesn't have a soul.
Dan doesn't have a soul.
Dan's an NPC.
Oh my God. Okay, so where are you guys headed now?
We're up the stairs.
Right? Yeah, going up.
Okay, so after a few floors, you guys start to hear that there is movement above you. You think that a number of floors above you, there seems to be a set of guards outside, like stopping you from the stairwell. What would you guys like to do?
Hey, Tycho, could you do that thing where you know where they all are?
Yeah, I'll do that thing where I know where they all are.
What what strain are you looking at, by the way, now, Tyke? Are you at like
I'm
4
at 9?
out of 10?
No, out of 15.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, yeah.
I've got like a bunch of strain.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, very, very cool. Okay, yeah. I think we did extrasensory for that last time, and it was 2. Okay, so I think it was 2 before, right? For like scan a city block.
I think so.
It
Okay,
was just
so
average.
now I'm going to upgrade that twice, so it'll be 2 red instead of 2 purple.
Wow. Did I get
Yeah.
a blue? 'Cause I've searched the place out already.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give that to you since you have a rough layout of it. Yeah, I'll give you a blue for that.
All right. Let's see what happens. 3
Mostly
success.
Barzell just wants to know if it's hostages above us or hostiles.
Okay. You said 3 successes and what?
That's it. That's what I got.
Okay, 3 successes. Okay, yeah, I think you can tell. Back in the basement, there are a number of things. People, likely hostiles. There are 3 more hostiles, 1 floor above you, with like a makeshift barricade that is stopping you from getting to the next floor. So for whatever reason, the next floor is important.
Yeah, I'm just gonna communicate that all telepathically. Like, they
Okay.
don't want us on this floor.
It's probably where the hostages are.
You guys are still probably like a dozen floors below the hostages.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
there an elevator?
There were elevators. Yeah, you guys just took the stairs.
Oh, well, I go to an elevator now.
Okay. Yeah. So the all of the stairwell doors at this point have those same locks that the first stairwell did to get in and out of them, and they are currently locked because of the alarm. How do you want to get through that?
Oh, we turned all that stuff off.
Fitz is working on it. No, you haven't turned it off.
Could do a skullduggery to try to like majigger it.
Majigger.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice.
I like that. Okay, so you're essentially trying to like pick it or something. I'm okay with that. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Right. How hard is it?
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to do that. Let's call it average. I think is what I did last time. For this, since you're doing it mechanically and not with brain powers, you won't have the same black die.
All right. 3 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, you pick it right open, and
That's
about at the same.
exactly what he's thinking, MacGyver.
Yeah, I'm MacGyver now. And I think right at that moment is when the alarm like ticks off, like everything like sort of like goes dark completely without the like klaxons, and like dark and quiet for just a second, and then like emergency lights come up. So the full lights don't come all the way on, but emergency lights do. And you open up this door. It swings out onto the next room, which you see seems to be like sort of like a series of conference rooms and like meeting rooms essentially. It's like this big open concept floor with open doorways. You see on one side directly across this like big open hallway from you in a room that looks like it has a bunch of like the type of snacks that you would have when starting a meeting. So it's got like pastries and donuts and coffee. You see Carl standing there with his 2 implements, snacking away at the coffee and snacks and whatnot. And you also see, as the emergency lights come up, about 6 of these figures sneaking up on him. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh.
Nice.
Gotta save Carl.
Carl, no.
Yes, next week, gotta save Carl. Yeah. So anybody have anything to plug or to say? Thank you for being here, Andy, even though we didn't do a ton with Dan. I apologize for that. Anybody have anything to plug or to mention?
Just make
Twitter,
sure that
YouTube,
you
podcast.
keep up on our Twitter.
Yeah, Jacob and I are also working on getting another podcast out and going called the Ace of Clubs. It's like going to be a book club podcast. So
Hey, cool.
It's not up and going yet, but keep your eyes out for it.
I assume when that goes up, we'll have links for it and everything. Yeah, we can take care of that. So join the Discord.
Can I plug a charity?
Say what?
Is that a thing? Could I plug a charity? Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure. You can plug
Sure.
a charity.
Do it.
Cool.
We hate people.
What'd you say?
I said we hate people.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh,
well,
I'm,
these aren't.
it was a bad joke. Sorry.
This is gonna make it even better when I tell you the charity. Oh my gosh!
Oh, is it?
So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Recently, I took part in a fundraiser to raise money to fund. Oh, that was a really clumsy way of saying that. To fund childhood cancer research through the St. Baldrick's Foundation. Part of this fundraiser was we actually all shaved our heads. That's why I'm wearing a hat today. And yeah, they do really good work. They have a lot of fun charities that they do, including the Shave Your Head-a-thon that they're doing even in COVID times. So please consider going and donating to this charity and giving kids a future. So
Do you want to show your haircut off to the world?
do I gotta?
No, you don't have to. That's why I asked if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Okay, so since we're doing that, I recently got involved with a letter writing campaign for low propensity voters as well with voteforward.org. Check that out too. Basically, just writing letters to send to people that don't often vote or have trouble voting to motivate them, because everybody should vote. With that, join the Discord. Our episodes go up Monday morning at midnight at 12 in the whatever that is. We've got our RSS at podiant or rpgsanonymous.podiant.co podiant.co. We have our Twitter at rpgsanonymous1. And yeah, that sounds like everything. We will see you guys next week. We'll see you in the multiverse.